morning, everybody. It's Rory here, back again for another Untold Adventures Await in Prisma Arena, episode 7. We're started a little bit late this morning. I am still trying to wrangle this camera. I'm trying to get it to focus on those story cubes so we can get a better picture. So we'll see how long it lasts while we're playing the game. After the last episode, we're on episode 7 of potentially 31 if I make it as I make it through the entire month of NaNoWriMo. 7 is a kind of a natural arc within Untold. So I'm hoping I can kind of bring Eleanor's story to a close and maybe switch to another character starting tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I do need to give some specials to Gorkin, who had acquired them because he's played through 4 episodes now. So after the 4th episode, he should receive these. So I think I'll do that first. I'll recap the episode and then we'll kind of jump into the next one. Well, I suppose I can kind of recap as we go. Let me dig this out. So yesterday's episode ended with, I'm going to switch back to the notes. So yesterday's episode ended with the Bringers, I think, conducting gotta check the names in my little notebook. So it was Goran, who the trader who was kind of planning to establish essentially lines of trade with Beacon as a kind of form of infiltration and disruption. But while that was happening, the Bringers that I think he was working with had a separate agenda in mind, and they were planning to kidnap their target was basically the elders, and I'm going to call them the Council of Hope, actually. So I thought of that afterwards. So I'm going to call them the Council of Hope instead of calling them the elders. So under my groups and organizations, I've got, I'm going to do this here. I've got the Council of Hope. And they conducted a daring raid right in the middle of Beacon and were able to we failed to stop them in escaping, and they are now on a kind of ship aircraft taking off, and I have managed to kind of jump and leap and catch onto the ship as it's taking off. And that's kind of how the episode ended. So with that in mind, I got to think about kind of what Gorkin was doing. And I mean, he did help out again in terms of I think his kind of, his kind of sleuthing or his questioning at the beginning helped in terms of getting information out of Goran, the trader. So actually, I wonder if, I think one of the things might be, I'm going to say it's kind of like investigation, maybe, or his, I'm going to call it kind of questioning, maybe. So I'm going to give him the kind of special of questioning. And again, I got it. These cameras are just not great for close-up stuff. I think I'll work. My days are fairly busy, so I don't often get a whole lot of time to reset things. So I realize I've got too many story cubes in here. So I'll take that. So I'm going to roll these and see what I get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So I'm going to roll these and see if I can come up with something, maybe an item that Gran has acquired. So I'm actually going to say he has acquired. I'm going to switch the dice tray. I'm going to say he's acquired like a contact in the Merchants Guild over the course of our travels. So while he's been in different towns, and someone who's unhappy with the way things are kind of currently going there. So contacting the Merchants Guild, kind of opposed to their actions. When I say opposed to the actions, it's kind of like what we saw with Quran is the trying to profit basically off this time of despair and uncertainty. I just realized when that dice fell out, it scattered across the table. Okay. So the last episode ended with me clinging onto the ship. We're going to jump straight in and see, I think, where this episode takes us. Let's do it. So it's episode 7 of Prisma Arena, the animated series. Da-da-da. So it opens at a location where someone is attacking. Okay. So let's roll the story cubes. So again, I'm going to take my pause as my brain simmers and sees. So let me just cut to this so we can see in the top view here, we've got at a location, a threat is attacking someone or something. Let me see. So it is not actually going to be me that's the target. Okay. Tough one, because in my head I picked the episode going a certain way. So I think it's maybe going to open elsewhere. And just to kind of so I might try this. So taking this story cube, so back in Beacon, so kind of showing the dice tray. I'm going to use this kind of as the as representing the kind of hope imprisoned in its kind of crystalline casing in the kind of the prisma shards. So I'm going to say at the kind of base of Beacon. So Beacon is up on top. So, but at the base of it. So as I'm flying overhead, I see the let's see, to bring them back in, the kind of Gorkin, the Terrapan Raiders that we had seen in earlier episodes are attacking someone or something. So I'm probably setting myself up for a difficult time here. But let's see how I can link the two together. Okay, so who or what are they attacking? So maybe the ship has flown out and is flying down to the ground. And yeah, so we're kind of flying down, and as we're flying down, I see that they are attacking. Check his name. They are attacking the okay, I kind of feel like it should be Nadir, who was the mage or the monk who had come from Tanal, which I'm kind of using as a symbol here. But he has been joined by so they're attacking him. Yeah, so he had come to deliver a message. Let's see. Let's try and piece this together visually. So the ship essentially swings around, and is coming down to where I see that the Terrapan are attacking the deer, who has they're I think they're attacking him, but they're trying to kind of extract him from the city. So they're trying to kind of bungle him out of the city, and he's broken free, and they're attacking, and he's using everything to hold him off. Because I'm trying to think time-wise, not too long has passed, I think, since we've met him. But like, it's still kind of the same day, I think. So they are yeah, I think they've been trying to extract him from the city, and they're kind of meeting up with the ship. The plan was to meet up with the ship out here, but he's managed to break free, and he's fighting them off. So I've been kind of holding on to the ship as it's fallen down. I got to try and help him. I'm going to call to Nadir and see if I can get his attention. No, I'm going to. So let's see. They're flying down. He's managed to kind of break away from them. I don't know if I want to call him over here. I'll call him to try and get him to come to my direction so that I can aid him more. So I kind of call him towards me. So I succeed. But so he's coming over. But I think I'm kind of losing my grip on the ship. That I think the bringers use it as an opportunity to kind of reach out and strike me, and I'll just check. Do I lose my grip? So I think I risk losing my grip, but I'm going to see if I can hold on. No, so I slip. So they use it as an opportunity to reach out of the ship, and this is kind of like an open top skiff type ship. So they reach out, and one of them strikes me, sending a kind of like a shock of despair through me, and I let go and fall off. So I'm going to look and see, is there, so I'm going to assume there's kind of like 4 Gorkin, 4 Terrapins here. And I look around to see, so we're kind of down at the base of Beacon is kind of a settlement. It's a poorer part than on the ship. It's people who've gathered kind of in the protection of hope, hoping to kind of benefit from it, and find protection again in this time of despair. That if they're close to the Great Mook on Hope and to Beacon, that they will be kept safe if there's an attack from despair. So we are the Terrapan are advancing, and I ask so I'm going to try and let me see. I'm going to summon. I'm going to try and summon Agla to kind of actually. Is it going to work? No, I'm going to summon. I'm going to. I'm going to summon Donna and kind of charge at them, blasting. Yeah, to see what I can do. Okay, so I succeed. So I managed to kind of, I think, blast all of them and knock them to the ground. And obviously, Nadir is helping with that as well, because I'm not going to take all the glory. So Nadir helps, and we managed to kind of take them out. And so I asked Nadir, like, why are they after you? So Nadir replies, ever since the raid on Tanal, like that night, we have been tracking the movements of the followers of Despair, and they're we managed to get words of their plans to kind of like enslave people. So yeah, we managed to get some information that I wanted to communicate to the council. I never got my chance. That the Bringers captured the elders on the council, and the Terrapan managed to grab me before I was able to get away. So we need to get that information. There's some secret information that he needs to get to the council. So I think I'm going to see is so I'm going to see, is it possible? So the ship had come down. So is the ship still nearby? I think it's going to be my question, so that I can kind of like, is there? Can I get back onto the ship? So it's kind of like asking, is it nearby as well? So I'm going to try to get back onto the skiff and tell Daenerys to go and find Tanal. Sorry, oh, my brain is hard. To get Ariba and Gorkin. Okay, so no, but okay, I think the ship has left. And Daenerys says he's not leaving me. So yeah, I think the ship has managed to escape. I have no chance of getting it. But Daenerys says, he's not leaving me. So he's going to help me out. Okay, so then I've got them tied up. So I think I'm going to go and tie up the Terrapan raiders. Okay, so we managed to secure them effectively. And we're going to see what happens next. Ooh, so they're working for an evil master. So I'm going to say I'm going to use this to represent the Ranger, who we met actually in episode 1. So it was a way of tying close the ends together. So we question the Gorkin, and I think in terms of Mokon, they are feeling some guilt, I guess, about what's happened. And I think no, not really. They're they're hired kind of thugs or raiders, but they we see as we're kind of questioning them, we see in the distance some rangers approaching, and they are on. I think they're kind of on, like, actually flying, kind of winged creatures as well, and they are yeah, as we see them kind of approaching in the distance, the Terban turn to us and say, what do they say? I'm going to kind of roll these. So what do we learn from them? So if you remember, the Rangers themselves are positive. The one that we met in particular, though, is working with. He'd kind of falsely, he'd infiltrated the bringers of despair, claiming to be working for Hope, but then it turned out like he's actually working with to support apathy and bring apathy back. So kind of like skip through the time of Hope and get straight to the time of apathy again, or you might see to kind of roll back the clock to the time of apathy. But for now, the Terrapan, all they know is that he's actually a kind of supporter of despair. So yeah, he's saying it's so they say it's kind of it doesn't matter what you do with us. The our kind of our master, the person who we're working for, has found no, I think is planning. So I don't know how this is going to pan out. Let's say he's planning to take control. Maybe I'm going to use this kind of fossil to represent Beacon. Until despair arrives. So they're planning. Oh yeah, actually, use that one. They're going to capture it. So now with the elders out of the way and the leadership gone, they're saying that the Rangers are actually going to kind of take over Beacon and basically hold it until despair arrives. So I'm going to say, how are they planning to take over the whole of Beacon? Okay, I think they're all on their way. I think there's no, actually, they're going to use the. So despair has provided bringers. No, I think he is going to. I think he's going to. They're essentially going to take over like a coup, and kind of take over the council, whilst the elders are missing, and gain control of the guardians. So they're planning a coup to take it over. Yeah. So they're going to go for a kind of a bloodless coup, and failing all that, they will have the help of the shadows as well. Okay, so we got to do something about this. So I wonder what can we do to stop them. Okay. I'm going to say that we essentially need, because those like kind of protecting and stuff. So I think we've got the merchants. Well, okay. I'm going to use this differently, I think. We just got to hold them off long enough. So I'm going to keep things in the balance kind of at the entrance until the monks from the shrine of Tanal can arrive to assist us, that they are underway. So I guess so in this kind of mythical land, I wonder if, yeah, maybe there is essentially a form of maybe walkie-talkie type communication, and Nadir is able to communicate back and kind of alert them to what's happened. And the at the Shrine of Snell, the monks and the guards are kind of mobilizing to get here and assist. So we got to stop them from getting into the city. So I send word as well. I turn around and call for help, and I send word up to Ariba and Gorkin to let them know what's happening. Okay. So I gotta hold off the ranges. Okay, I think this kind of works. So we race back to Beacon, and we essentially gather at the so in my part of the world, notice the comments are coming in. So in my part of the world, the kind of Elton represents kind of learning. So I'm going to say at the Prisma Arena. So we actually gather outside the kind of the training grounds. We are attacked. So I'm going to say it's the. I don't want to bring everyone in because I have the picture here of the Bazee. So are they working together? God, it seems like everyone's against us. So it's that, or like the first wave of the Rangers. Let's see. So as with there's a. If you remember in an earlier episode, the Busy had been actually acquiring weapons, and they actually fly in now into the city and kind of land, and they start firing. So first thing is I'm so I'm going to assume at this point that the various the kind of guardians of hope have gathered, who are the kind of most qualified, and even the students have come out as well to basically protect the city, because this is like an all-out assault from what we would call the followers of this despair, the ones who want to kind of bring it about. So as the fighting's going on, do I have anyone I know in here? Don't think so. I don't think I had any particular characters who were busy. I didn't really get to know anyone. Oh, Urza, actually. So I'm going to see if I can spot Urza and see if I can so I'm trying to think what emotion I want to kind of summon on. I guess compassion. And see if I can kind of win them over to our side. No, but he so Urza refuses, and I think it looks like he's being controlled, in like saying it's not his choice. My family is being held. I'm sorry, we must do this, or we risk losing it all. So maybe he kind of reveals that the Bazi are kind of beholden and must do this, because I always got the impression that the Bazi were kind of like a neutral race. They had their kind of own intentions, but they he kind of sorry, but he has to kind of do this. So he doesn't attack me. So we're going to. So the first thing I think we're going to try and spot the kind of the leaders, and particularly the person that I recognized, the ranger, to see if I can basically have the guardians capture them. So I'm going to see if I can identify them first. Okay, so I do see them, but they. So I do see spot them, and they go after them. But I think the ranger is so charming and beguiling that they don't kind of believe my full story. He's managed to kind of wheedle his way out of it a little bit. So there's fighting going on all around us as they're kind of making their way closer. We spot the ranger, who's the triple spy, and he is explaining there's all some kind of misunderstanding. And how can you believe this child over me? I'm a ranger of Hendon. I'm working. Maybe he kind of reveals, oh yeah, the council know that I've been working. I am working for Hope. So he kind of pretends, oh yeah, I'll stop. And he pretends to join our side, actually, which is really worried. So he actually, just like that, kind of turns around and decides to work with us against the raiders, or against the Bazi. So, oh man. So he's turned for the moment. I think biding his time. So I think we got to just push back this wave of raiders. So I'm going to call on everyone for to, let me see. Yeah, basically to work together to push them back further back towards the entrance, because we don't want anyone getting into the city. So we're going to try and collectively push the forces back. Okay, we manage. And in doing so, I think I get the attention of one of the guardians, who kind of is quite jovial, I guess, and says, turns to me and says, "You've got the makings of a great guardian, young one." And he introduces himself as let's see, Omax, I think. So Omax is a guardian. Okay, so we managed to kind of push them back. And we got there. So then we're pushing them back, and I'm going to look around to see, is there anywhere else that's at risk? Because I think we've pushed them back enough. So I'm going to look around and see if there's anywhere else. I think we see the Rangers heading towards the kind of seat of the council. So yeah, we spot a group of Rangers have kind of got in, and they're making their way towards the seat of the council. So I think I'm going to assume I've connected with Gorkin and Ariba, that they're nearby. So I kind of turn to Omax and say, we need to stop them. We need to stop them from getting from the central, essentially the seat of power. And so we race. So we're going to stop them. So we're basically going to try and cut them off and block them from getting there. So we took the action token. No. Okay, so I think they start taking people captive and basically threaten them to see if we can. They start threatening them if we come any closer, and start moving backwards closer to the shrine. They say, "Stay back, or they're gonna take it." And I think I'm going to summon again Inu, who's distracted, long enough, and kind of focus my Prisma through them to distract them long enough so that we can, or to kind of create a distraction so we can get in and stop them. Which I think will be like by blasting them with Prisma. No, but we haven't stopped them, but I think we've slowed them down, and they are worried. Okay, so they're heading towards the chamber. They've got the people in tow. And we discover they have a dark agenda. Okay. So actually, so whilst we were chasing after, if I'm kind of reading this properly, so we were chasing after the Rangers who were heading to the council, but at the same time, what we're seeing here is that the Bazee have a dark agenda, and their goal, I think, because of the green here, now it could either be, it could bring forward either one of these icons. So I have two different thoughts. They either want to take over the arena and control that, or they actually want to control Hope. So they want, I mean, that's a bigger thing. I think because I was saying before they were trying to mass weapons, I think they want Prisma shards from Hope. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this icon here. So they want, essentially here as part of the raid, what they want to get their hands on is more Prisma so that they can kind of maybe create more, well, I don't know what they want to do with it. They want to get their hands on more Prisma. So what I'm going to say, where is this stored? So I'm going to guess, are they just going to like hack it off thing, or is this more where it's actually held? On the Seat of Hope, or are they going to get it somewhere else? So I'm going to say it's actually on kind of in the armory, actually. So they're going to actually take the shards and the weapons that we have here in Hope as well. So their agenda is to steal a cache of Prisma shards from there while all this is going on. So maybe, supporting the raid was their excuse to kind of get this far. Okay, so we've kind of got things happening on two fronts. So, two locations. Okay, I think I'm going to start by going to the Seat of the Elders first. So I think that's the more important thing, where we got to stop them. So we go to the Seat of the Elders, where we are kind of attacked by the Rangers. So we basically pursue them. So in terms of how we hear about this information here, because I'm trying to tie it all together. So I think actually the guards, some of the students from the Prisma Arena run up and tell us that the Bazee have broken off and they're heading towards the armory. They're after the Prisma shards. Meanwhile, we've pursued the Rangers. We're kind of running through essentially the kind of complex in the buildings now that represent the kind of the seat of power, so they're kind of like government buildings, I think. And again, this world is very it's this mix of stone and crystal in terms of the prisma shards that are kind of used to kind of power things, and like kind of chrome and ceramic as well. So it's like as we're running through the building, we're kind of like skidding across this shiny floor and screech to a halt when the Rangers turn, and with their I'm going to say they've got kind of prisma bows and arrows, and they start firing at us. So we're going to duck for cover, and I tell Omax to kind of keep them pinned down, and I ask somebody who's kind of working in the building, who's hiring, to try and help me get behind them so we can kind of do a double-sided attack. So Omax is going to pin them down, and yeah, with the help of someone kind of working there, we're going to get around to the other side and see what we can do. Okay, so we managed to get there, but I think it's taken longer than I had expected. Yeah. So I think I go down to the other side, but they've actually seen me coming. So I'm kind of embarrassed when I appear. So then I am going to what am I going to do? I am going to see if I can kind of bar the doors in the entryway. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of run towards the central seat, and try and bar the doors before they can get there. Okay, so I managed to get in there and bar the doors, and I'm going to assume that we're kind of holding them off at this point. They've no way of getting in here, and I am going to assume that the Guardians are able to take them out because they've nowhere to go at this point, and they're surrounded. So we're going to cut then to the Bazee and their approach, and they are accusing So what I'm going to do, because I want to keep myself in the action, so the chamber's shut, and I'm going to basically kind of climb out through the window, I guess, and kind of jump down to try and maybe kind of leaping across rooftops to get back to the others, actually. Okay, so I do, but yeah, as I get there, a member of the Bazee steps forward and basically is accusing us of what are they doing? So they're kind of accusing or blackmailing. So they basically say, if you don't let us take some of the, they accuse the people of Beacon of, you say that you're the protectors, and the bringers of hope, yada, yada, yada. We, the people, the Bazee, are suffering as a result. You're hoarding all of this prisma to yourselves, whereas if we had access to this power, imagine the things that we could do. And if you won't let us have it, then nobody will have it. And we realized they've actually they are wearing explosives. So they are wearing essentially, let's say they're kind of like the jackets, but they have like dark crystals filled with despair in it, and they say, "Yes, if you don't share this with us, let us take what is rightfully ours. Nobody will have it." So I am so totally gonna try and summon the kind of the more kind of calm. They don't have a name yet. So to try and just ease the spirit. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give Gorkin an opportunity. So Gorkin steps forward and says, "As a Terrapan, I feel the weight of the exclusion that you feel, and the frustration of not receiving, not being treated equal to others in this world and being looked down upon. But if you let that take over, you will surely succumb to despair and add to the pain and suffering of not only your people but others as well. This is not the way forward." Let's see how they react. Okay, so they respond, but they are still angry. They're saying it's so they don't detonate the bomb, but they're saying, but there must be justice, like there must be fairness. We, the people of Bazee, we do not have your technology. We do not have the means to defend ourselves in this time of despair, and you do nothing to help us. And so I think we. Okay, I'm gonna try this, but I kind of don't want to know the outcome. I think we offer. So, if I think I say, well, if you help us to find the elders, return the elders, no, shouldn't be dependent on that. So I think by this point, kind of Omax and some of the other guardians have arrived, and they're kind of like the most responsible at the moment. They're the guardians of hope. And I turn to Omax and say, "Well, what do you say? Are you willing to help the Z?" Oh my god. He says, "Well, he says it's not within my power, and not until we that is for the elders to decide." And the so I am so frustrated at this point. And the guardians kind of kindly say, escort the Bazee out, and kind of remove their kind of bomb jackets and say, you must be dealt with accordingly, but we will do it fairly, and we will take on board your plight. So I'm going to switch back to here. So I think I have one action token left. I am going to try one more time. I think I have one more. Let me see. So I'm just going to separate these out. Let's see if I can try one last time to persuade him. So let's see if we can do that. No, John, I am going to make a vow to Urza. So I seek out Urza and say, Urza, you have to trust me. I'm going to do whatever I can to help you, but you need to keep your people just under control, I think. Sorry, I got so caught up in the story, I forgot to move that forward. So that's what happens when the story kind of takes over. So I'm going to try and talk to Urza. Okay, so Urza, I think, has seen how we've helped with the. Did we help with the Eye of Wonder? Well, I think they take on board my attention, but and I think actually because it's a positive, and I think his standing within the no, so I think the Guardians realize they need all of the help that they can get as well. So they agreed to form an alliance with the Z against the kind of Bringers of Despair, and now the Rangers, who have conducted this, attempted to conduct a coup on the city. So the kind of series, I guess, or episode kind of ends where I think let's do a kind of Star Wars style. So it's going to end with me, with Eleanor being welcomed into the kind of ranks of the Prisma Arena. I've got my kind of jumpsuit now. I'm ready to go. I'm saying my goodbyes to Ariba. Who's like, well, that was an uneventful trip. And I say, I'll be sure to kind of write and communicate often with you. I hope you find the your burglar, because I know you two have a special bond now. And I think in talking to Gorkin, he says, I think I've found my place here. This place is awash with many different people and tribes. I think I'll find much to trade here, and maybe one day my family can join me in this incredible place. I think Urza approaches me and says, I trust you, Eleanor, but our people's trust is limited. We have been betrayed many times. Do not let us down. And or do not give me cause to kind of break our allegiance. And with that, he turns and walks away, and Omax approaches me and says, Well, normally we would say that your training starts now, but from what I hear, you've had quite the adventure, even just getting to Beacon. I'm wait till I don't think you've been alone in your adventures. Wait till you hear the stories from your other classmates or from the other recruits. And he kind of pats me on the shoulder and says, I look forward to meeting you in the arena, but now I must go, and we must rescue the council. Take care, Eleanor, and you will see me again. And with that, he kind of blasts off. He kind of returns to the other guardians, who kind of, I think, climb into a ship and take off. I assume going in search of the elders and the Council of Hope. So, that was a tough one to get going. I think I kind of notice sometimes when I'm tired, and it's kind of hard to get it going, and really trying to tie all the bits together. But I'm really glad I've kind of brought back in the Rangers, and even the Bazee get a look in. I like when those things come back together. I hope the story makes as much sense in your head as it does in mine. I think out of this episode, one of the things I really like is the idea of, I think, learning more about the Bazee and their sense or kind of need for fairness, and their desperation as well. And I think that idea of the kind of bombers or terrorists acting from a point of despair is a really interesting kind of visual and narrative motif as well. So I think that's definitely got to kind of come into the world in some way. So that's episode 7. I will be back here again tomorrow for the next episode of Prisma Arena. I don't know if it's going to be season 2 or I kind of feel like I'm going to start with another character. But actually, it reminds me, I should take Eleanor and just kind of revisit her character sheet. So her iconic role. So I'm going to go to my notes. So usually at the end of a series, I'm going to hold this up here, they take on an iconic role. And I think whilst she is a kind of joining the Prisma Arena, I think she's going to earn the nickname Eleanor the Protector. So she's kind of joined the Prisma Arena. So maybe not quite iconic, but I think in the nature of coming from where she was and her kind of objective, she's joined Prisma Arena and known as Eleanor the Protector. Well, actually, you know what she is? She is the I'm gonna scrap that. She is the kind of liaison between the kind of people of Beacon and the Bazee. So I'm going to drop that on the Protector. I think it's far more interesting, her iconic role she is now the liaison. Is it liaison or kind of ambassador? I think. Yeah, or emissary, that kind of thing. Cool. So I think I also give Ariba an iconic role. So I wonder if he's asked. So he was a herder of Morlachs, and I think maybe he's approached and asked if he would join the join as a mentor with the Prisma Arena. Because I mean he seemed to have a way with the kind of younger people. So I don't think he takes it though. I think he is tasked with seeking out others with Prisma potential. So he is going to become a think of the title, whether it's Explorer. I'll come up with some title afterwards, but basically, kind of seek out those with Prisma potential. And guide them. But no, I think he's just going to seek them out and basically kind of notify the Prisma Arena. Cool. There's probably change to Prisma College or something, but essentially, I think Ariba's been asked to help that on his travels to keep an eye out for this, and so he kind of operates under the protection of the Guardians. He's got a symbol, the Guardians of Hope. Cool. And I think Gorkin hasn't gone through all of the episodes, so I'm not going to give him an iconic role just yet. So yeah, that was episode 7. I'm going to actually just look, just kind of for the sake of things. So you can see, kind of go through my notes. So you can see these are all the characters we've created over the course of the kind of series. The various locations that we have. The ones I didn't add actually were the it's kind of like the shantytown kind of beneath Beacon. It's not quite I think it's kind of because I'm gonna kind of nickname it and call it the wick, as in like the wick of a candle. That gives source power to the light. We had something to do with the we have that kind of council chamber, which is the I don't know what we'd call it. The I don't want to keep using the word chamber, but but there is a chamber where the seat of power which is in Beacon. And we have introduced the Prisma Arena. And we have the learning, the kind of the learning quarter, which was in the last episode as well. Items, we have the not only the spare bombs. I don't think we introduced any new creatures. We have lots of events. We have the kind of raid on Beacon, the capture of the elders, I think. So that's definitely, it's more like a thread, actually. Yeah, so like looking through the threads here, I've got the Beacon, so I'm going to take that as yes. The Ranger of Hendon Forest is a double agent. So what happened? I don't think he was actually captured. Oh, he was actually at the end. So I think in that final, slightly happened off camera, but I think they have been captured. The Uprising of Despair is kind of ongoing, so I'm going to half cross that. The Corrupt Merchants Guild of Glorthan is kind of like ongoing. The Role and Legions of the Moonshine Guards. Oh yeah, so they were en route, but we were actually able to stop the attack before they got here. But I think we do know that they are kind of loyal to Hope. Both we've seen from the full moon ceremony and working together. Purpose of Prisma Shard in Glorthan, why was it hidden? No. So the merchants were still hiding that, which we don't know about. The planned raid to the Stride of Shine, that has been completed. Sikan and Twin held by the guards. So they were actually cleared as a result of the moon ceremony. The Bazee arming the warriors, I think we've learned why that was happening. And the Eye of Wonder, yeah, I think we've kind of tied that up. I think by realizing it's the actual space and it's it kind of realize it kind of moves around. We're okay with that, I think. And then we've got all the groups and organizations. And I've been writing my episodes then. So yeah, my kind of little book of notes from Prisma Arena is getting bigger and bigger. And yeah, it's been fun to play. So I'm going to wrap up there. Please do remember we're actually running a competition so that you can win a copy of Prisma Arena. If you follow any of our social media, which I will bring up our go to banners. Actually, no, I can use that one, I think. So banners, we are games. So on any of our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, you can find us as We Are Hope Games. You'll find links to the competition we're kind of posting it daily on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, where there's 5 copies of the game to give away. The game itself will be available early December, but you can pre-order it now and get some of the kind of cool alternate art characters as well, which is pretty neat. And also a way of supporting your local game store as well. For now, I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. to begin a new series of Prisma Arena. Look forward to seeing you all, and yeah, join you back same time tomorrow. Take care. Bye.